So, do you want to introduce yourself and give a little bit of background about, I mean, how much time have you got this morning?
Whatever time it takes.
Okay, good.
I'll leave it up to you, but bear in mind what Karl Marx wrote to his friend one time, and he said at the end, I'm sorry about the length of this letter, but I didn't have time to write a short one.
Yeah.
So it could go on for a very long time, but I will endeavour to get to the essence of it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, and also I can edit out or
Yes,
speak it up or do whatever. Yeah. Okie doke. So, yeah, if you want to just introduce yourself and give a little bit of background about, you know, who you are and whatever you want to do for your... So assuming that people don't know you, because the people who know you won't need anything, just tell them, you know, who you are and what you want them to know.
Right. Okay. Well, my name is Tony McNally. I'm the Managing Director of Climate Change Solutions, which was established in Coventry nearly 20 years ago at the Techno Centre, where we still are. But before that, I got involved, must have been 40 years ago, with Friends of the Earth in Birmingham. And that led to opening conversations with Reed exhibitions that were preparing the first environmental technology exhibition at the NEC. Anyway, that came together eventually in 1989, the first one, and happened to be that I met and got in conversation with one of the directors there, and that led to me. This was John Talbot, and this led together with the then leader of the Friends of the Earth in Birmingham, Val Stevens, to look at establishing what was called a green show and conferences, which took place in the NEC in 1990, the first one, which was aimed at the public. And but that was 3 days exhibition. But on the first day, we had a parallel Midlands Environmental Business Conference, 1990, which then flowed from that Midlands Environmental Business Club. We ran a number of events over many years, trying to engage mainstream businesses on the climate change agenda. But also in the second Green Shows and Conferences, we launched a campaign leading into the Earth Summit in Rio in 1992, COP1 effectively, which we launched together with Jonathan Porritt and others, what was called the Pledge for the Planet and the Tree of Life as public campaign, got spread all over the world through WWF and so on, various others. And the outcome really of that brought us to a point where we had an invitation by the United Nations Association, which had been coordinating the input from the UK at the time. And they presented to us, could we run a 50th anniversary event of the United Nations in London, an exhibition, which we did under the banner of Global Future, to celebrate the 50 years, but essentially to highlight the outcome of the Agenda 21, as it was called, the program. And then as time went by, we eventually came to establish first conference in Coventry in 2001, so just over 20 years ago, Kumabi Hotel on Coventry's Climate Change Challenge, which was very successful, and out of which sprang a number of subgroups, in particular one that I've been involved with, which was saving energy, water and waste. So that led eventually to forming climate change solutions to focus on the challenge, which at that time was spearheaded under the Kyoto Agreement, which incidentally didn't include either China, India, Russia, and I don't think any of the African countries. So it was a rather small grouping, and of course the main one was America, and the fact that George Bush Sr. Eventually did attend the summit in Rio, but they refused to implement or adopt and implement the Agenda 21. At that time, Al Gore was the chair of the Senate, and he tried to get a quorum to address it, and he couldn't get the quorum. So we have come a long way since then, but I think we also recognize that the urgency has got ever greater as we've been emitting greater and greater quantities of greenhouse gases. So anyway, that's really my background, and currently we're working on a project which is the solar mapping in Coventry with Warwick University students, and we have just started in Birmingham with particularly at Tyseley Energy Park, which is the showcase, Birmingham City's showcase on the low carbon agenda, which I've been involved with for some years. So that's it.